And a mental lapse there.
It just scared me. I'm like, uh-oh,
Well,
what happened?
Because I'm watching you move around, and
Okay.
I'm like, oh, we're recording.
No, anything's possible. All right. So welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
I'm Mike.
It's, wow, he's Mike. And today, we're cracking open a new bottle of Benchmark Top Floor. So we have to preface this. This is one of the many bottles that my friend of the channel, Steve, thank you very much again, Steve, for picking these up. These are probably never going to make it to Massachusetts.
I don't think they would. I've already asked
really
everybody that I talked to, and they're like, yeah. No.
So on his way, he actually picked up this. We're going to say it over and over again. Greatly appreciate the fact this is one of many that are going to be dedicated to Steve on that one because he actually brought them for us.
So did the trucking.
Yep. So he picked them up, brought them back, and he bootlegged them over because some of them they still have bootlegging laws on that.
I think you can.
I know
travel.
Arkansas, they don't. I know when I did that, they're like, dude, you better put that in the trunk because we went over the border to Missouri and we were coming through. He's like, we still got bootlegging laws. I'm like, Roscoe Pico gonna jump out with a stop sign? He's like, he just might. I'm like, good enough, going in the trunk because I had bought a couple bottles when we were down there. But anyways,
I didn't think. I thought you could basically
certain states, some of the states, you never know. He went to Oklahoma,
can't ship here,
so he's driving through a lot of states, coming back home. But anyway, so Benchmark, we'll give it a little history. I won't do this on every single one. This one's actually 86 proof. It was $16.99 when he picked it up. So I'll give you a little breakdown of what the information on it that I have. So in 1773, three McCaffrey brothers left Virginia westward to explore uncharted land known as now Kentucky. So first they went by boat. Literally, you're doing the right thing. And then they followed the natural trail. They followed the natural trail on a land that led the Great Buffalo Crossing. Where they surveyed is actually where Buffalo Trace Distillery, that's how it actually got its name, actually is. And the surveyor marks that they left behind are known as benchmarks. So that's where this one supposedly got its name. So the difference between this one and regular, we had to go buy the regular benchmark because we already had killed it before. Was
thinking we'd never see him again.
No, yeah, exactly. Like they didn't have all these expressions.
They don't.
I didn't
even know about it.
This is like something I think relatively new that they came out with. I don't know when this actually, but it was never coming to Massachusetts. And
I've asked, and they're like, yeah. Good
so
luck.
this one, these are the bottles that actually mature on the top of the warehouse. Heat rises.
Kind of like where we're at right now.
It's a little warm in here. Yeah,
This is a cork pop.
Yeah, there you go. I could have put on the ACs today, but we're roughing it. We're roughing it. We're like the pioneers crossing the country.
If I wasn't rowing, I wouldn't be sweating.
Funny how as you get older, little movements is what gets you. You know what I mean? I just walked to the bathroom. I can't believe it. So we haven't had this in a while, the Benchmark. This one is 86 proof. I want to say the regular one is 80.
I think it's 80.
I think it's 80 proof. Ooh, I'm getting butterscotch off of this one, though.
That quick?
This is what I remember, yeah. And when you say butterscotch the other day on one of it, no, big butterscotch. I mean, it's actually a bright, it's very light, bright. When you say butterscotch, to me, it pops out of the glass. And when you said it the other day, I wasn't getting that brightness. This is like very light. You were saying like Werther's candy in there. I've never done that in my life. But with that, I get like the butterscotchy. And I remember what I thought of Benchmark was that. Like it had a butterscotch. It didn't in the beginning, but as it opened up, this is a straight neck pour. We just cracked this. So maybe because it's a little more proof. I mean, there is a difference. And we didn't ever notice that until we started stepping up in the proofs. There's just a whole lot.
Like a volcano.
It's just a whole lot more flavor when you're not watering it down. It makes sense. Mm-hmm. Now we did crack the bottle yesterday, day before, a couple days ago, just to pour a little bit out of it, just to try to wake it up of the Benchmark. So did we want to refer back? This one's actually not bad. It has a very butterscotchy nose. You don't get the butterscotch flavor on the drink.
I was trying to figure out what I got. But it was
let me try. I just did a little sip, but It actually tasted proofy, like not
It
not
had-
proofy, but not like base model.
No,
nothing
I
to
wouldn't.
it.
I wouldn't think I would guess an 80 in for this.
No,
I would probably
the
be in
first
that
sip,
range.
that first sip, I probably would have said.
That's about the
86
only
or
thing I
something.
can guess in the blind. I can't even get whiskey, Irish, or whatever right now lately.
You have been jumping all over with that. You know the funny thing is, I think at the very end, I think I'm tasting a barrel.
I think
I think I'm getting the wood.
Yeah.
I'm getting the oak, and I don't remember any of that when we did it before.
I think
But
we
I'm-
did though. I want to say we did. With
We might have, and we just didn't know. I don't know.
No, we
you
could've.
want to? Did you want to? You want to compare? We might as well. I don't know what it is. Comment down below if you have a good pillow. I'm sleeping on my pillow. I wake up, my neck is killing me. I can't move it. This keeps happening to me. I'm like a pillow nut. I had like 42 pillows in my lifetime, and I can't find one that works.
That's my wife.
I just can't. It doesn't matter. You know, everyone swore by the My Pillow. I bought one and I used it for one day, and I'm like, this is terrible. I'm still using it, but it just like it never. It just doesn't.
Because it's got
it's
got
like nothing in it.
It's got the lumpy lumps in it.
Oh,
I have one too.
I don't have lumps.
I don't use it.
Mine's like non-existent. It's like you lay down and you don't feel like there's nothing in it. The only way it's good is when you first originally stick it in the dryer and take it out. It's like all poofed, and you lay on it. You're like, oh, that's nice. You wake up the next morning, and it's dead. To me, it's just no good. Let's see.
There's our minor.
Ooh, wait a minute. Now this one. Again, this is a crack. It's a fresh crack.
It's kind of lost.
I got a hit of a cherry on
I was
the-
gonna say
on
this
the
one
new
kind of lost its butterscotch.
This one right here?
Yeah.
It did. It was butterscotch right off the bat. That the actual old number 8, I'm actually getting a hint of a cherry with it. I'm getting a nice hint of cherry on this, actually. It's funny because when we cracked it, because he was doing a sample right before we started, you know, and he's like, try it. And I tried a sip of it, and I was like, oh, it didn't even taste like I drank. I was like, ooh, wow, did we just buy this many and they're going to be terrible? But honestly, when you go, like this is a fresh, now we're coming out of it. I'm getting cherry out of that one. I didn't get any of that yesterday whenever we tried it, a couple days ago. I'm still getting a butterscotch. If you go head to head,
Yeah. No, they're not
if
the
you
same.
go head to head, that one gives me more of a cherry, little butterscotchy, but more cherry on the nose.
Taste
where
is a
the
little
top
different.
floor, I haven't tried the taste yet, but.
Again, you're probably never gonna find this in New England. If you do, it's the price is right.
All right, so the original one just gave me, it was more, super thin, super easy to drink. It's absolutely crushable. This is one you can just drink right out of the bottle. That's not advocated, and it's very bad to do. But
That's
it's
this
very, that's like right in the hatch. Like
Yeah, you
there's
won't-
not a lot of hang time. There's not a lot of
Doesn't
coverage.
even tingle. Really.
None. And and it gives you like a nice little caramelly coat when you drink it, like just for a second. This one is a butterscotch bomb right now. It may change, but to me, I'm still getting huge butterscotch coming off, especially coming off the old number 8.
Yeah.
It's really bringing the butterscotch.
But you don't really
flavor
get
in.
that flavor drinking it.
You don't. What I actually
But you
get
do.
is you get a nice taste. You get a little bit of caramel vanilla, like that brown sugar vanilla flavor, and then I'm telling you, I think I'm getting wood. Let me try it again.
I think you're
Yeah,
right.
you get like that sweet oak flavor. I think is what you get. Not heavy, but you definitely get
No, but
it.
and you definitely know there's a difference in drinking.
It
Proof
is.
wise, it's definitely. I mean, it's only 86, but side by side, yes, you are correct. This one is like
It has the wood seems to hang longer.
Yeah,
It tastes like
sits right
a
here.
more mature. And again, I didn't even look up like how many, how long it's been in, but it tastes
I don't think it's
elevated.
I read it
Like
in the
to me, it would taste like if say that's a 2, this would be a 4-year. Like when we did the, like the Jim Beam was a 3 and a 6 year. You know what I mean? Where you just taste that little extra. So being up on the top actually does make a difference. You know what I mean? As far as it is a step above the regular old number 8.
No, it is.
Which
Yep,
again,
it is.
you paid $11.99 for that
$12.99.
bottle. for the old number 8.
For this, well, it's anywhere up here, $9.99 to $12.99.
You got it at, yeah. And so this one was $16.99, and again, he had to buy this one in actually Kentucky when he was driving through. He stopped at a Total Wine and More, and he picked this up in I believe Louisville. Because again, they were only shipping to select states, and he was stopping on the way home.
I don't think the distributors up here even have this.
I could say I know
because
Jason and the Mash and Drum actually lives in Ohio, and he
you can get anything in Ohio.
No, he had to have a friend from Illinois bring it in because he wasn't getting it.
All my guys say go to Ohio. Anything you want that's allocated, you just go to Ohio. It'll be on.
He couldn't find it. He ended up if I remember correctly, it was Indiana or Illinois. He actually had to have a friend bring it over because they weren't getting it where he is, and he's big enough where he actually has people. Because some of the companies ship stuff.
So what the liquor stores are telling me to get more of the allocated stuff, they end up having to buy a shitload of like the lower end stuff. So if they could get, and this is usually one of them that they show, if they would be able to get the 5 or 6 different ones, they definitely wouldn't just buy 6 cases of this. They would get a case of each.
This is new. This has never been out. Like, I swear, I don't know if this is like right now, like it just came out, but all of these, that whole expression, it's always been old number 8. Benchmark has always been old number 8. And you might have been able to get these like in the distillery, but you couldn't get all the other ones. They only ship old number 8 around. This is relatively new, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But with that, all the expressions that are on there, and it's like 5 of them that they just came out with that are relatively
coming to a
new.
theater near you.
Yeah, but they're not widespread. They're not going everywhere.
They're definitely not coming here.
And as it sits in there, this is like a butterscotch candy. It reminds me when I used to do the butter shots, when you actually take butterscotch schnapps and you put the little Bailey's Irish cream, you float it on the spoon on the top, and you do. It's like a real butterscotch.
Actually coming around 8.
No, it's actually good. It actually,
coming
you know
around
what it
with
reminds me
butterscotch
of?
a little bit. It's almost the same
It
nose.
almost reminds me. I'm getting like the cherry that I usually get, like
I'm
wild
getting,
turkey.
I'm getting a little weaker version of this one.
Yeah, no, but with a fruit on it though.
I don't get the fruit.
I'm getting like a little cherry on it.
Will I remember this in a blind? No.
It changed though, because when I drank that yesterday, but again, we were coming off of, it was in between shoots, and he's like, try it. And I think we just had something really good, and then I drank it, I was like, wow, there's not even anything there. And that makes a big difference too, when what you're drinking it against, and we had already had something before, so that'll alter your flavor too. But overall, I was after I took a sip of it, I was almost dreading the fact that I had Steve pick all them up. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm not dreading it now. This is actually very well, no, because like I was like, wow, did I just buy 6 bottles of crap? You know what I mean, literally. But this is actually, I don't mind this at all.
At least they're not $80 a whack, so that's good.
Well, this is kind of why we wanted it. I really didn't think we'd ever get it, but sticking with the less cash, if they would pump this stuff out. I would buy this one over that one, even though it's a couple bucks more. But again, it's only $16.99. You're sub $20 for a 750 milliliter. Right. You can't beat that. It's not a bad tasting bourbon. So, but there you go. We can actually end it. It actually drinks. Like I said, that was just the old number 8. That just drinks down like almost non-existent. Like I just actually wanted to see leaving it in your mouth for a minute.
I did that,
and it doesn't. It like that's so much easier of a shot than like JD, like when we were kids. You know what I mean? Like, did they even have these? Why wouldn't they have this at the bar? You know what I mean? It's cheaper. They could charge just as much.
It probably doesn't hold up in
a drink.
Well, this one,
Jack and Coke is
this one might.
Jack and Coke.
That one I think would get buried in Coke.
Actually, some of the other ones probably 100% would when you start getting into the higher proof ones. But overall, thank you again, Steve, very much. We are greatly appreciate the fact. Yeah, honestly, this is awesome, and this will be waiting for you when you come by to try it. So we. This is actually really good, though. I actually like it. So we will end up probably doing a blind of some sort at one point in time to see what is the best of the best. But overall, I do think that there is a difference between that and this, though. Whether it's the little bit 6 extra proof, It is. It's like it's funny because how do you get that much more butterscotch? Is it just that much less water that makes that? You know what I mean? It's 6 proof, a lot more, but it's a total different nose. But people say that we were never good enough where you put like 4 drops in, all of a sudden you're like, whoa! All of a sudden I'm getting this instead of this. You know what I mean? But it's proof right there. Like they're totally different noses.
Yeah.
So, but it is a big butterscotch bomb. So there you go. There is Benchmark Top Floor. If you can get it, and again, good luck trying. We had to have a friend drive cross country to get it, but if you can get it, I do recommend trying it. $16.99.
If you're watching from another state, thanks for watching.
They weren't available in Oklahoma where he was, and I don't think he's seen them when he was in. He stopped in Missouri on the way out, but he did pick them up in I think Louisville, Kentucky when he came back through. So if you can get it, I do recommend it. I do think it is better than the old number 8.
Yes.
Not that I ever had anything bad. For $9.99 or $11.99 or whatever you just paid, it's still not a bad bourbon anyways. It's not going to light your socks off, but for that price, nothing should. You know what I mean? So there you go.
If you're just starting, that's an easy drink.
This one also.
Yeah.
I think it drinks nice and smooth. Yeah. I honestly do. I think it's simple. That is really easy.
Yeah.
This is just gives you a little bit. It'd be that stepping stone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like just not much, but it's a little step up. So, all right. Well, there you go. That being said, we're going dry. So spend less, drink more.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm glad he got them.
I can't believe that it's that much more butterscotch.
It's pretty good.
It is not bad.
It's not bad.